Hi, welcome to episode 12 of Mostly Off Topic Plays Laughter of Dragons. I don't know what I normally say at the start of an episode. Spoilers for Laughter of Dragons. We're playing it very much by the book, so you will get spoiled. It might be that your Lord Master is doing some stuff around Erebor, not necessarily calling it Laughter of Dragons, in which case you're going to get spoiled. So just be very aware of that fact. We're not holding anything back here. I'm joined by Ben.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
Matt.
Oh, hello.
And you'll know by now that this is the second half of a session, hence why it all feels a little bit random on the even numbered episodes at the start. The quick synopsis in terms of where you guys are. So you're enjoying a pie in the market square of Dale. Good gravy, actually. Good
roast
gravy.
pork sandwich.
A hot roast pork sandwich there from one of the early piglets.
Suckling. No Henderson's relish though.
No
That's
Henderson's
disappointing.
relish. Yeah, very.
On suckling pig?
Well, for the
anything.
pie.
Oh,
on
for
the
the pie,
pie.
fair
You're
enough.
always thinking of yourself, sir.
When it comes to food, yes.
And you've learned something about the three noblemen. You have met with the toy maker Thrun, who gave you the wind up thrush that will return to his shop if you were to wind it up. Tie messages to it, and he's promised he can get messages to wherever and whomever, no matter what their state is. You know, whether they're taking the year out dead for tax
I'm
reasons.
hoping he means Balin. If he doesn't, it's just a bit pointless.
Yeah, that's true. And you also overheard Loftar stealthily overheard one of the dwarves from the Iron Hills talking with what seems to be Lord Gunvar's man. So we'll pick up from there, given it should still be fresh in our heads. And I apologise to those people who normally get a beer when we break between episodes that we didn't do. So I think we'll have another break.
Well, like me.
They've had to go deal with their own little hobbit.
Fair enough. Understood. Well,
I told them then it's our beer time then.
Yeah. Yes. I clearly know what that's like.
And obviously our disclaimer of this is a work of fiction. Names, characters, and political beliefs, places, events, locales, and incidents are completely imaginary and fictitious in manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidence.
It feels like you're reading that off some kind of web page.
Copy and paste pagedisclaimers.com.
Okay, good stuff. So, kick on with your discussion, gentlemen.
Should we retire to our quarters? I feel these chairs. I want to sit on something a bit more comfortable.
What, like Loftar's lap?
Yes, and
No, I'm not going to do that gag.
it's my turn.
Did you not break
You
your
got
chair
it
the
last
other night?
time.
I'm not. We're not that close yet.
Don't know. We've all had a bath in the same room.
Yeah, I would appreciate hearing from Loftar what he found out.
Sure, happy
But
to
not,
share.
not
Let
in
me
the
just
not in the public.
let's
area.
move.
Well, thank you, Margaret. A fine meal as always, and I believe I'll retire and take my afternoon nap.
Yes, this is sitting pleasantly heavy.
Yeah,
I need a snooze too.
I'll take my leave as well.
Okay.
Just in case anyone suspiciously comes in and asks about it.
Great pie.
Okay.
Okay,
Great pie. Yeah, thank you. Compliments to the Golden Chef.
I'll let out a nonchalant belch as we leave, just to try and save the awkward moment.
Okay, you're up in your quarters.
Yep. So we've got a ton of information about
Yeah.
3 noblemen plus another mysterious nobleman called Lord Hakon.
Yes, Unvar and Hakon. I'm particularly in cahoots with one another. I think we could possibly regard Thane, Oscar. Sounds like
You think we can disregard him?
Yeah, well, he funds veterans and orphans. Unless he's funding them to become his own secret army.
Have you ever heard of the concept of hiding in plain sight, Cirque?
But it's meant to be secret that he thingies them. Yeah. People don't know that he funds them, unless he lets them know that he funds them secretly to then hide in plain sight of the fact he doesn't like them that he funds them.
I think maybe
it's too meta for me.
Maybe he just doesn't dislike all dwarves.
No, he hates them all, just equally. And the sounds of according to our shitty covered source.
Okay.
Their arms knee deep in shitty water.
So what? So that's Thanos.
Yeah.
And who are the other two?
Brinny, who's a twat.
Yeah.
Gunvar, who's quick to anger, and who's getting his oar in with the Lord Hakon, who appears to have been ousted from his lands for claiming ones that weren't his.
I have a word.
And he's back kind of Iron Hillsy way now.
That kind of makes sense with the information that I have gathered. Most troublesome news.
Oh, indeed. His lair, Thomas.
Yeah. What is this? What is this troublesome news?
So I was just walking around the market, minding on my own business, not looking for a fight.
Engaging in diplomacy with random strangers.
Looking for the diplomatic method.
Just looking to use some diplomacy.
Yes. Just minding my own business, trying to expand my network through non-violent means. And then I stumbled upon...
Diplomacy is the name of Loftar's mattock for anyone who missed the in-joke.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
I will have it appropriately christened at an appropriate time. However, yes, so as I say, I've stumbled upon one of the Iron Hill dwarves talking with a man, no less, in a red livery.
Talking with a man. Disgusting.
Yeah, I paused there just for a second. You know, I'm not disliking human.
Just to let us know you're disgusted with that situation. Yes, we understand.
Yes, it's
how very Iron Hills of you.
Sir, you always bright and sharp. Let me just.
It does suggest intrigue.
Oh, there's.
Given what we know. Anyway, continue, Loftar.
Very thick intrigue. And speaking of thick, that was the description that was given about my own person. Which I was
on your Tinder profile.
Very displeased. I was.
That kind of thick.
Yes, that
was it. Was it not with thick with 3 C's then?
Not necessarily. It was. I think it was talking about some sort of capacity of some kind.
Oh,
but
I thought it was in reference to your ample, sexy posterior.
Oh, I invest in my pies very carefully, and I choose ales very wisely as well. So I would.
Oh no, it was a compliment. I assume you've done lots of squats.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Aye, in the bushes. Now let's keep it Tolkien.
I thought you were comparing me to Bumber there. Sorry, sir. For a moment, I thought you compared me to a Bumber, but I do count just as one dwarf.
No,
it was a compliment.
You're a few pies away from being Bumber, Loftar.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you, Torg. So, as I was saying, I will be brief in that they spoke, the dwarf spoke to the man. Lord Gunvar was the name given to me by one of my informants.
You spoke to Lord Gunvar?
No, sorry. The man works for Lord Gunvar. I was able
Plot
to find out.
thickens.
So apart from some, well, okay, I've clearly had not enough ale because my brain is telling me things which it shouldn't. Like, you know, there are thoughts forming there. For a moment, I thought that these dwarves were misunderstanding what we're about. Yeah, so there's this part of me that thinks that they are just playing along. Maybe they're trying to get something of these humans. I don't know. But I think the main message is they are trying to get us into some sort of business. They exploit us. Clearly, they have low esteem, a low opinion of us. I mean,
did they talk about us?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they called me thick, which I guess is about right. I wouldn't know. They wanted to kill Cirque, which, again, kind of accurate.
Bring it.
It's a normal response.
Yeah. Bring it.
And something about Torg,
I'll give them a shock.
And then talk about and chips. I mean, I always know you have mash with your pie, so I'm a bit confused about a chip. But they said about shoulder as well. So,
shoulder of pork.
But
yes, shoulder of pork and chips. Sounds interesting.
Oh, and have a bit of applesauce. I want some applesauce with that as well.
They're still open for lunch downstairs. We could
have second lunch.
We'll go for second helping in a moment.
Anyway, back to the. So they said I had chips. I'm confused.
Gravy, perhaps. I'm not sure. I might have misheard. But the more important thing, they say that apparently you had some run-ins with someone about a land, or you have some sort of misunderstanding about the land that you may be owed, or your family may be owed, or someone took you some land. I perhaps should have paid a bit more attention, but these things just go in one way and they just go out the other. So, apologies. But this is...
matter.
They were, the words.
We make a riddle roll to try and understand what he's trying to tell us.
Probably best to.
Sorry, they did say important quotes. I noted in there. You know, I was thinking about the important quotes. Apparently,
I noted them in here, and then he reads them off a sheet of paper.
Yes. We know that they can be swayed. Something about how far it goes. So something that we are perhaps part of and how far it goes, or there is some sort of a conspiracy or a plan, and they want to know how far it goes. I guess there was a compliment there because they called us an asset. I'm not sure exactly what they were.
Asshat.
I think they meant asset, as in like, you know, like you have something and you like it because it generates. I think so.
Something of use.
And they must be to some extent they must be aware of our involvement because they're saying, they were actually asking, can we be turned? So if they assume somehow that there is an agenda that we have, which doesn't align with theirs, maybe we can be turned. But again, you know, we need to be about 11 nails in to do these kind of high-level strategy thinking that I'm normally capable of. And that's about it. He went back into the inn. Oh my gosh, the food they had there was amazing. I mean, I just want to do an espionage mission just to be able to go there and have some food because they had pie.
We can just go have a taster menu if you want.
Only if you're buying.
Do they have prawn sandwiches?
Oh, they must have like 5 prawn sandwiches probably.
Only
but
5
I bet. How fancy is it? Is it the sort of place where the pork sandwiches are like little and like rectangles, and you get like 3 chips stacked up artistically? Because if so, I'm not bothered.
No,
that's right. So the smaller the sandwich, the higher the price.
No, they didn't go that far, I think. They didn't go the full stupid human way. They've had some substance. You know, these meals had some substance. You could have a bite and it's still a bit of a bite left. So.
The stupid human way. Quote of the Iron Hills.
So the the insight I'm getting from what you're saying, Loftar, is that they are dwarves and men plotting together. They are not they're not aware of our true intentions and our alignment with Lord Balin, and that they plan to turn us to their cause in some way, whatever that may be.
So that still means that we can be mates, right? And we can have drinks, yeah?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, Loftar. I'm beginning to think that we may have found the culprits behind the scheme here.
I propose we then, because we told Lord Balin that we were looking into a number of people. Now that we I think we've narrowed it down to our friend Unvar and his friend Hakon, I think we possibly notify Lord Balin of that via the thrush. Say that we have an opportunity to infiltrate them further, and ask if he wants us to proceed down that route, or if he'd rather just us deal with them as is.
You know, listening to you, Cirque, right now, I just feel like the sharpness of your mind clearly just demonstrates the lack of ale in your body, because you are talking absolute sense here.
True. So, I've been drinking coffee since last night.
So Balin did say to return back to him if you found items.
I thought the idea was if we're now being watched and observed, would it not make more sense to send it via a more circuitous route?
Well,
I go the bird.
I think we should. I think we should go in person, but possibly not all of us. But yeah, we're definitely being watched. But yeah, my first thought was we should tell Lord Balin.
Have you recounted that they want to kill me in a gutter?
Something, yeah, that was
I think that job is quite low down their list of priorities, though, sir. I don't think
I'm just quite keen to go wander through some gutters and give them an opportunity.
No, they will have to get through us first. So
can I have awareness rolls from everybody, please?
Oh. In private quarters, do we get plus extra dice?
You ask too much, Paul. You ask too much.
Pity.
Target number 12. 10.
10.
That's a lot of noise being made.
8. But if I spend a point of hope, I will pass. So I'm going
to. I scored 4.
Okay, so I'll spend a point and then reclaim it through the fellowship pool.
Okay.
I'm one happy dwarf here,
leaving us with 1.
So whomever passed hears quite a commotion of activities and sharp shouts coming from a room further down the corridor.
I've sneaked in a Gandalf, so I'm on the action here.
Okay, cool, great stuff. So you hear that? Yeah.
Can we spring up? Can we
let's go,
immediately grab our mattocks?
Yeah. Yes. Good. You burst out.
Let's
into the corridor.
Yeah.
Let's do diplomacy.
I don't think.
Where have they gone?
Unless
let's
Loftar,
go. Sir, come on.
Unless Loftar wants to try to sneak down the corridor, I don't think Torg is going to manage to do any sneaking.
What are you doing?
I could.
No, he's not.
Sorry, what kind of commotion is it? Sort of like a big rowdy fight type of thing?
No, there's this a lot of noise, people shouting, but not like Kazad or anything along those lines. A door slammed.
Okay.
Does it sound like a
footsteps, things like that?
Yeah.
Well, let's jump up and get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you recognise the room as Domi's room, who is the scholar that kind of
lawmaster.
Yeah, that's right. And he and this right, get that. Right, we'll need this. No, we just don't have time for the other. Right, we're going now. So can
where? Let's just present ourselves then. Where are you going? What's happening?
So coming out of his room, kind of like there's the Lawmaster Domi who's got a pack on his back, kind of like got an overcoat on, still wearing. You wouldn't go travelling with it. wearing that kind of garb. It's more around the town garb, but it's kind of like stuffed in a low, badly packed pack. It's got a scroll in one hand that he kind of pulls close to him, and then the two dwarven companions that he had are more prepared, but kind of like almost in a look. Can we just have a little bit more time? No, we'll go now. Now we have to go now. Oh, hello.
Yeah, what's happening?
Hello, gentlemen.
Where are you going in such a hurry? Has something happened? Can we help?
No, I have I've just received some important information that is revealing for my personal research pursuits. And it's now time.
What is it?
It's now
You're telling me about your research pursuits. You're
kind
helping
of
me with mine.
Well, I cannot betray the trust that has been given to me from the Chamber of Mars Ball in Erebor. But good day to you, and good speed on your endeavours. Now, come on. We'll be able to pick some foodstuffs up at the market. And they kind of like squeeze their way past you and down the stairs.
We're letting them past.
Yeah. Well, let's follow closely behind and still try to kind of reason with Domi a little bit.
Okay.
Break out diplomacy.
No, I think infighting on the streets of Dale is probably not the best idea.
That's what I suggested we did.
You kind of come down. You kind of like talking to him. He's like, look, I don't have much more to say. We're heading off. We're going to do some field research, field study now, and he's kind of pushed this scroll that he had into his jacket. You kind of spill out onto the common room.
We can pick up some food for you. We'll get the food.
My lords, Margaret is coming over, and behind her there is a figure in red livery with a white wavy blue brand across a white field stood behind.
I'm just elbowing my fellow just in case they don't know that livery yet.
You have a visitor here asking for you, my lords, and he's kind of getting his stuff right. I don't know how far horses will be able to take us, but we'll see what we can get there. It's been a pleasure, gents. And I'm sure that our paths will cross again. And he kind of steps out into the street.
Travel safely,
journey.
Master Domi.
Yeah.
Okay. So this figure in the red livery. Is
long blondish hair comes down to his shoulder, bit of a scraggy beard, a little bit trimmed, but a bit of a half-assed effort. Bows to you. I'm given to understand that I am addressing Torg, son of Tordek, Loftar, son of Balin. Not the dead one, and Cirque of the Blue Mountain.
You are, sir, and we're speaking with.
I am empowered by my master, Lord Gunvar of Ashbrook, who wishes your the joy of your company this evening. For a meal and to discuss a business matter that he has invited you to be party to.
Where would that be, please?
It is at my lord's manor, the Demesna in near Ashbrook.
So, okay.
That is a most gracious invitation from your Lord Gunvar. Of course, we would be honoured to be his guests. I'm sorry, please, you'll have to give us a little bit of understanding because we still mourn the passing of our Lord
Of course.
Balin.
Of course.
And as you can see, it's created a commotion among our community.
Yes, of course, I understand. It's a difficult time for you all, I'm sure.
But business is business, and we will gladly speak with Lord Gumvar.
Excellent. I shall make my lord aware. Ashbrook is the manor house, so you're invited to the manor house. So if you come out of Traders Gate, and there's a spur just after the first milestone, and that is the Ashbrook Road. You will cross a couple of bridges, and then there's another turning by a large birch tree, established birch. Just past the dip, there is a gate on the wall on your left. That is the entrance to the manor. If you carry on forward, then you'll go into the village, and you'll have missed the manor grounds. If you're able to make it before nightfall, that would be appreciated, as we are very wary of visitors, as you can imagine, post-nightfall. It is no more than a couple of hours' walk from Dale, maybe an hour or less ride.
Very well. Yeah, I was going to ask, you won't be sending a wagon for
my lord
distinguished guests.
My lord hasn't made that arrangement, but if that would aid you, then I can certainly arrange for a wagon to be brought.
Yes, it would be most useful, because none of us wrote down those instructions for directions.
Of course, I will arrange for a wagon. I will send a post rider to my lord to inform him of your acceptance of the meeting, and I'll arrange for a wagon to come and get you, perhaps after the sixth bell has tolled.
After the sixth bell has, we will be here. We will be waiting in the common room, and please thank Lord Gumvar for the generosity. Your name, good soldier, is?
Oh, I'm Ermin.
Ermin. Thank you for your work, Ermin. You serve your lord well.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't recognize this fellow, right?
No. He bows.
Do you want to interrogate him, Loftar?
I would.
I feel like Loftar wants to interrogate him.
Just have a quick. I would had a quick chat with him, but that's fine. We can leave it until later date.
What do you know?
What do you mean, dinner?
Yeah.
Where can you get hold of some of those prawn sandwiches?
I can bring Alaric back for certain moments. I think that could be arranged.
What
sorry,
is
the spirit of Alaric? Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, what's the plan, guys?
Okay, we want to go and see Balin, don't we? How are we going to do it?
I suppose
we have time.
Go different directions.
I'm sure.
So we now need to prep, because we also presumably need to get dressed for dinner.
I'm dressed for dinner in my dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I also presume we can't go fully armed.
I'm always dressed for dinner.
Suspicious, would it not?
I presume to be fully armed wherever I am.
I'm with Torg on this one as well.
Okay.
I mean, can
Lord.
Can you take armor off for anything else than a bath? That's just a bit unusual.
Take your armor off for a bath?
I didn't think the dwarves of the Iron Hills were allowed to take their armor off.
I didn't think they had armor on. I thought that was their skin.
Okay, so what's the plan to get back to Balin?
Yeah, I reckon, so what? Torg, do you want to go talk to him, or Loftar? And the other two of us, I think we split, as if we're shopping to the market.
Do we have awareness between us? Because I feel like we're fairly good at kind of dandering and meandering and sort of seeing.
I've got a 2 in awareness, but last time I rolled, it gave me a total of 4.
So
this
there's
no
time
guarantee.
it could be better.
I just want to ask, guys, sorry, this scholar that left, are we just leaving it for now? I mean, because I would want to chase him.
Sort of chasing him down in the street. I don't know what else we can do. Not for chasing him down in the street, like, but
out of the game for a moment. But I think he's probably involved in some way and allied to Balin. So I think we need to go and speak with Balin immediately, and he'll be able to tell us more about whether Domi is an ally or whether Domi has some other plan. And if he doesn't know anything about Domi, then something else is going on.
Yeah,
might be plot cut for the next session as well.
Good thinking that. So should we just all go? Should we all go?
Let's all go. Let's all go see Balin. Yeah. Let's take the risk.
You know what's near? Like, so why don't we all go meet somewhere near Balin's, but by circuitous routes?
Okay,
I like that. I can sneakily approach Balin from a different direction. I like that.
Okay, so what stealth rolls? It's those of you that want to sneak around, stealth rolls. Everybody else awareness rolls to kind of keep an eye out as you're moving.
Yeah.
I think Paul is clearly telling us that we should invest in awareness instead of being happy-go-lucky.
It always comes up. Awareness always comes up. Though.
18 regular.
But you know what? Loftar likes
18
sometimes.
Yeah.
I've got 1 die in awareness, so it's not. It never comes out well. No, 7. So I could get it to 13 by spending a point of hope.
The target's 14.
Yeah, well.
I will spend the point of hope. I want to have 1 positive result for awareness. I will spend a point of hope. Thanks very much.
Okay. So those of you that passed awareness test,
17.
So you're fairly certain that you haven't been trailed. You don't think anybody's particularly on you or anything like that. Torg, you really don't have a clue either way.
Doesn't notice us trailing him, checking to see if he's being trailed.
He doesn't notice that you're trailing him.
Torg is mainly concentrating on doing a little bit of theatre along the way, kind of nodding to people that he recognises in the street and picking up apples and admiring it and putting it back down.
That's totally irresponsible in a time of COVID.
Fortunately, we're not in a time of COVID in the Middle Earth.
This is pre-COVID.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way through to Balin and to the area there, down into the do the knock on the door, and he kind of comes and greets you and then takes you down into the darkness of the under structure below New Dale, Old Dale below New Dale. So what have you found?
So can we do a brain dump here?
Yeah.
Lord Balin, we have found wheels within wheels.
I knew that there was a conspiracy. Have an ale.
Illuminati confirmed.
Have an ale, sir.
Exactly.
Have an ale.
This morning we spoke with Thrun.
Aye.
And from there,
aye.
And from there we pursued 2 lines of investigation. We rounded out our knowledge of local noblemen, and I feel that asking questions has attracted some attention.
Oh.
But Loftar has the most telling insight.
What is it that you've got to say, Loftar?
So there's this Lord Gunvar who has also invited us for dinner at his manor. He seems to be in cahoots with these quite naughty, I would say, dwarves from the Iron Hills, spreading their MAGA message across Dale and polluting the air of cooperation between races of men, dwarves, probably not hobbits. They seem to be targeting us. So I think we just make you aware that this now also really involves us to an extent that we are aside and we are to be turned and be used as a tool in someone's greater plan. I have not really much understanding of what that means, but I don't want to be anyone's tool. I'd like to be my own tool. I should better stop now, Lord Balin. That's I've not had much ale today, and my brain is not really working that well.
So am I to understand that this Lord Gunvar is the one that you think may be behind the conspiracy, and that he thinks?
Well, that's one of my companions.
He thinks that you may be sympathetic to his cause.
Yes, he has associations with a Lord Hakon. It's all very Iron Hills. You can't trust them from that direction.
Well, I wouldn't go that
I'd always
far,
look at
certainly.
Loftar.
King Dane himself is of the Iron Hills. I'll remind us all.
Very good point.
Let us not draw conclusions.
Exceptions prove rules.
Let us not draw conclusions quite so hastily, Cirque. Is there any other information that you have collected, or is this the sum of all?
That's pretty much it. We've and also the lawmaster Domi has departed from Dale in haste with his 2 apprentices.
Yeah, in great haste.
Seeking to progress his research, whatever that may be. But he would not tell us of anything. Clearly, he has many secrets to keep.
Yeah, and he refused our help as well. We wanted to fetch some food for him.
When he was helping me look at the dagger sheath thing, would I have seen his writing at any point?
Yeah.
Does it look anything like the handwriting that was on the note we found?
You don't think it's the same person?
Oh, okay.
And the stylistic things, but they're stylistic things that are common to dwarves. But you would. It's not cultured enough. Yeah, it's not cultured enough. It's not studied enough. Are you showing Balin the letter or anything like that?
Yeah, show him the letter. Tell him about have we told him about the livery on the guy? Yeah, we knew it was red, and now we've confirmed it to be that matches. What we probably should have checked was if that matched with what the dockkeeper bloke saw.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I think it's interesting that we've been invited to tea to be have our allegiances tested. Quite keen, if we're not on their side, to get rid of me at least.
I think...
As it is, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to go and feign interest and find out more, or have enough to act on from your own half now?
Everybody make insight rolls.
Nah, okay.
I have no clue. My Eye of Sauron, I really have no clue.
Yeah.
I've got an Eye of Sauron as well. But I have a Tengwar and a 4 and a 5, so 15. Okay, great success with an Eye of Sauron.
I've got 8.
Okay, so Torg, you can see the moment where he clearly decides that he needs to take action about this. The contributing factors are such that he's now convinced that something is going to be happening, that he needs to take action to address it. I do not know about Lawmaster Domi. I know that he was seeking learning in Erebor, but I have nothing to believe that he has not been involved with any of the individuals that have been players in this previously. So perhaps that is unrelated, or perhaps that it is related and we just do not know. But we must deal with those things that are within our gift. We must control our controllables. And it strikes me that it is advantageous for us, if they feel that you are on their side, to take advantage of that fact. And I think it would be wise for you to ingratiate yourselves as much as you can with this Lord Gunvar of Ashbrook.
That is
for my
good
part,
advice indeed, and reassuring to come from you, Lord Balin. For we are we are for sure out of our depths, moving in such noble circles. Just on that last roll, Paul, can I have 2 dots in my perception APs? Can I invoke leadership? Given that I got a great, can I invoke leadership to get the last AP?
So it's your ability to kind of like empathize with what situation he has to, and the leadership of the situation that allows you to gain the insight into the point where he arrived at the decision, and you can see that because he's bearing in mind the leadership of the dwarves and such like that, he needs to take action. So that feels fair to me.
Cool.
It's like one leader to another. What would I be like in your shoes and with your thought process?
Yeah,
gain some great
learning. It's a learning experience to talk. Yeah.
For my part, I feel compelled to take this to our king.
You will take this news to the king
in time. I'm due to meet him in 3 days.
Then we will go and dine with Lord Gombar,
and then what transpires.
We'll report back to you.
Or we'll tell you of the good food that he hopefully puts on for us. Absolutely.
Or if you find us in a ditch.
If you find Cirque in a ditch.
If I find Cirque in a ditch,
but not before dinner.
I shall give you a hero's burial.
Hero's death.
Hero's burial.
Finish me off.
Thank you.
We rescued you out of a ditch.
Thank you.
You want to kill me in one?
Thank you for this information. This is very, very useful to me. You're doing a great service here. Okay.
Of that I am glad.
It's 11 o'clock, but I'm minded to carry on for a bit.
I don't mind finishing dinner.
Yeah.
So do we want to take a break?
Yeah.
Take a break now.
Yeah, quick break and then squeeze another. I could probably squeeze another kind of 30, 40 minutes out.
Okay. Yeah,
just because I'm planning to do stuff in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Let's say 5 minutes and then another half hour. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
So you finish with Balin. Same routine on the way back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Different times, different routes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awareness rolls for those that want to make them.
If we are being followed.
Always worth. There we go. Sauron's on. I've got Sauron on another line.
Oh yeah, I have Sauron and a 2.
Total of 10. So no.
Okay.
No idea.
Okay. So you're pretty oblivious, but you think that you're very, very kind of like safe.
No one followed us there, so how are they going to follow us back?
Yeah, you get back, you kind of freshen up, do whatever you want to do, grab a couple of jars in the bar. There's a carriage awaiting for you. A liveried man comes out, picks you up.
I'm not going fully armed and armoured.
Okay, not going fully armed and armoured. So when you say not fully, what does that mean?
Also, like my coat of mail obviously will sit with as part of my kind of thingy dress, but I'm not wearing a helm. I won't take a shield, and I won't have my sword on me.
Ooh, I like that. That's very brave.
But I have still got like a dagger at my belt and stuff, so it looks like. But it's like part of the dress. Yeah, it looks like a dress dagger rather than.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of you guys, what you doing?
I'm going dressed as Torg, son of Tordek.
Yeah.
With my slightly grubby, fine clothes, and my mattock and my dagger.
Okay.
I usually wear my business attire, and I'm always ready for diplomatic encounters. So bring it on.
Fantastic.
I will. I'm prepared to take my helm off at the door.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So you kind of on the carriage. It's an all right carriage. It's not like a closed Hansom cab or anything along those lines. It's more little house on the prairie, kind of style. Open couple.
It's a cart, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple.
It's a cart with a cushion in it.
Yeah, it's more the start of Skyrim than it is anything else. Oh, so you're
That's
awake?
quite bad. The start of Skyrim is not a good experience.
No.
So aren't we about to get executed?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I think that was a bit of a Freudian slip there on Paul.
And then a massive dragon appears and starts burning everything.
Presumably starts laughing at some point if the campaign's to be believed.
Yeah, that's right. So you head out through the market square along the river road, and then out to the Trader's Gate, and underneath the solid bastions of civilization that are the huge walls of Dale that rise upwards, provide a statement of Dale's existence in the world and into the frontier lands of the Dale lands, which are basically pretty good farmland actually nowadays. And you take it out, very prosperous kind of farms. Don't quite abut up against Dale. There's quite a bit of kind of common ground where a lot of the animals are out grazing and such like. It's starting to become twilight at this point as you're kind of moving out. But the one of the servants has got a kind of oil lamp in front to kind of guide the way a bit, and the horse moves at a fair pace. This is a well-maintained road, raised embankment above. Raised above most of the fields that are kind of like down below. Flooding's not a massive issue in this area, but the road is still raised upwards, and this is primarily fruit orchards in this part of Dale. So they're kind of like spread out in a farmed rather than organic way. So take it down again. You take the road off to Ashbrook Road, down over a couple of bridges, well maintained bridges. The very not raging rivers or anything like that, but they're full with the meltwater coming off the shoulder of the mountain, which still looms large. And now it's almost full darkness as you kind of come to the stone wall that marks the edge of the manor. And down through the road, through some thick woods, and then the manor itself stands slightly raised upwards. Heavy stone wall. There's a stone tower towards the back that you all recognise as being a fortification of some kind. Doesn't look like it's newly built. Looks like it's been here for a long while. In fact, the whole of the manor, and the manor is one big building in the centre of the grounds, double stories up. The bottom story is stone, and then there's very many houses, maybe 15 or 16 buildings within the enclosure. There's a smithy, there's what looks to be a bakery, there's various storage areas, some additional housing, and you kind of roll in through there. As you get to the gate, you see that there are a number of guards on the gate. Look to be thick, sturdy northern men. As you come in, and there's quite a lot of horses gathered in the stables. The stables are slightly overflowing a little bit, and the horses are picketed out in the kind of main courtyard area, and you're taken down off the wagon, off the carriage. The bottom half of the manor, so the ground, is essentially an animal pen. And you can hear some of the noises coming from there. Not as many animals as you could fit within the animal pen, and then there's the steps that kind of go up along the sides into the upper story, which is a timber story. There's a few more guards there, and the door warden stops you. Good evening, my lords. I will need to take. I'll need to take your weapons into my custody. Standard approach in Ashbrook.
Well, good evening to you, and it's very gracious of your lord to host us tonight like this. It would have been useful if he would have told us that he planned to take our weapons from us before allowing us entry, and the standard procedure in the Grey Mountains is that we keep our weapons with us at all times.
Yeah, these are our tools, yeah.
That might be the case, lords. The standard procedure here in my lord's manor is that the weapons are taken into custody at the entrance. We would not want to deprive you of your weapons out in the free lands, so we did not feel that it would be sensible to tell you not to come armed, but we will not allow you into the Lord's house armed.
Well then, I bid you and your lord a good evening, and I hope that we may speak with your lord at another time.
Of course, that is your wish. We hope that you enjoy your journey back. I shall let my lord know.
Even daggers, even my dagger.
Even your dagger, my lord.
There we go. Hand it to him and walk in.
It's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Are you coming, guys?
Are we getting a ride back on this carriage, or I don't think we thought about.
Have we lost Joe?
We may
Yeah,
have.
he's literally gone.
Yeah,
He's not happened.
I'm out of it.
I thought he was gathering thoughts of what to say when we were just ejected from the dinner.
Okay.
I'm sure,
Right,
my Lord Dwarf, that
Torg.
you would understand that these are the rules of my Lord's manor. He does not wish to have his visitors armed in his home. He has his family and his children there.
So, Torg is trying to call this guy's bluff, basically partly because just on principle he's willful and doesn't like having to hand his shit over, but also as a little bit of theatre to establish his presence and to kind of set himself up as a figure to be reckoned with. So I guess he's gonna just eyeball Cirque for a moment and watch Cirque handing over his weapon, and draw time out a little bit.
The gate guardian shifts his weight from one foot to the other, kind of looks around a little bit, kind of looks back at you. Slightly awkward moment for him.
This Torg lifts his mattock up. This mattock was my father's.
I will take greatest care.
Do you know how many goblins he slew at the gates of Azul-Nipar?
I do not, my lord.
Well, they are notched in its haft. I suggest you count them while you guard it with your life. If there is so much as a smudge on the blade, I will seek reckoning with your lord. Can pass it to him begrudgingly.
I am honoured to take.
As he takes it, I kind of hold on to it a little
He
bit.
tries to take it. And don't. I'm honoured to
Guard it with your life.
Of course, my lord. I'm honoured to be given custody of this weapon. He then turns to the other guys and goes, "Fucking hell! Can you imagine if we had valet parking?"
Never.
If we brought our own horses. This is my horse. I guard it with my life.
In the hands of a Northman, of all things.
So I'll just hand over my mattock in a sort of.
This is diplomacy.
Yeah, it's not been christened yet properly, or baptized, as you say, in a more technical. Anyway, yes, I hand it back, and so do they take literally all our weapons?
Any weapons that aren't concealed. So if you've got particularly concealed weapons, then they're not going to pat you down.
Well, I have a dagger.
Certainly not after the awkwardness of the moment.
Well, I have a short sword.
Short sword. Are you going to try? You don't want to, so they'll take the short sword as well.
Torg doesn't conceal anything.
I imagine Loftar's just like got knives everywhere.
It's like the Matrix.
just like when he comes in, just like that thing where you kind of like drop all the guns. It's like just get more and more guns dropping out of it.
Absolutely. So I'll leave myself a single dagger.
And we're a bunch of dwarves. If it kicks off, we headbutt and punch stuff.
Yes. Now let's have dinner.
Okay, so you're taking through the steps at the side of the house into the timber framed house. Opens straight out into a room that must occupy almost a full length of the house, a good 2/3 the length of the house. There is a stone fireplace in this towards the top end of the room. It's not one of these big walk-in fires that you can kind of get into, but it's a warming hearth, lightly lit, not masses of heat coming from that. Big table, wood table, looks like it's made from a single piece of oak. High backed chairs down one side, and then a big wooden sideboard with what looks to be gold plate. Plates of various sizes down one side, and as you're shown to the tables, one of the waiting staff shows you tables, seats you down, pours some red wine from an elegant glass decanter. When you're all sat, a figure comes from the other side. It's a tall man, looks as if he's in his mid-40s. Got black hair that's pulled back, shot through with various silver in his hair. His beard comes down and over. It's got bits of grey through there. Quite a stern, quite a long face. Got furs that wrap around. A couple of horse hoof shaped clasps holding a red burgundy cloak that go behind him. He walks with confidence, and he's got sharp green eyes that appraise you, each of you. Welcome to Ashbrook. I invited you here because I think that you and I are pursuing similar goals. And thus I wonder if we could help each other. I am Gunvar, Lord of Ashbrook. I am to take it that you are Cirque, Torg, son of Tordek, and Loftar, son of Balin. I do not mean any disrespect through, and I offer my great thoughts at this time in such a grievous place and time for your people. Please.
Well, thank you for the warm. Thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Gunvar. Actually, I'm standing. I'm not sitting right now.
Oh, please take a seat.
Thank you. And
let's have insight rolls as we start the encounter.
sounds good.
Oh, goodness me.
Nope.
3
2.
dice.
Yeah, I've got 4.
Fucking Eye of Sauron.
Oh, jeez.
Again.
Have we got that Eye of Sauron tracking thing on in this campaign?
No.
We actually just brought forward the War of the Ring by about 10 years.
It would have been, yeah. So anybody got any successes?
Fail. No.
Okay, so you don't know much more than I've
have
just shown to you guys.
Yep.
So I thought that we could perhaps eat and then we could talk business.
That seems like a fair bargain to me, Lord Gunvar.
a very civilized way round of doing things.
Excellent. Now, yes, we'll have the first course, and the food's brought up from outside, so wherever the main kitchens are, it's clearly not within this building, and it is a pretty sumptuous 5-course meal. To be perfectly honest, all for everybody, all kind of well cooked without being pretentious, very very flavourful. Some spices which you haven't encountered in the Golden Sheaf particularly, adding a bit of punch to what you're eating. And the conversation is kind of anodyne, if we're entirely honest. Very much kind of trying to establish common themes and such like, but nothing of any great political weight or contention. But what's the crops likely to be? Unless there's a particular way in which you want to stir that conversation, it will be of that ilk.
No, that's kind of what I expect, really. I think we're probably going to just play along.
Yeah, let them steer where this goes rather than, because otherwise it sounds like because that'd imply we knew something.
We're here to find, aren't we? We're not here to try and manipulate.
No agenda or anything. Yeah.
So he pushes back his plate, and he stands, and he thinks, and he paces a little bit further away. Now, I have asked you here to meet with you because I think that you're the kind of people that can understand my concerns. The Kingdom of Dale is a young one. Not more than an infant compared to our neighbours, the ancient realms of the dwarves and the elves. But our lineage, our heritage, goes back in time for many centuries. We were here before Smaug, and here we are again, reborn from the Dragonfire. But what matters more is that if it weren't for our king, there would be no kingdom under the mountain. And certainly the woodland realm itself would have been reduced to ashes by the dragon's wrath. Yet today we are seen as inferior, I feel, and we're treated as such. Years ago, King Bard stood tall and demanded that we be given what was ours by right. But he is not that man anymore. Wizards and foreigners have weakened his will. And I dare say, the advisors of King Dane and the actions of King Thranduil have seen that. They fear the king's weakness will eventually put their interests in danger. What is worse is that most of us refuse to see. We're blinded by greed and are willing to let others take decisions for us as long as we are allowed to get rich. But not everyone is blind, though. Warriors like you and I see that there are many enemies threatening the kingdom, and not all of them are beyond our borders. We see and we act accordingly. Listen, my guests. I said we, for we it may be. If you will join with me, help me to strengthen the kingdom for the sake of Dale and also for Erebor and the Woodland Realm. A weakened throne isn't good for anyone in the region. The mission that we can carry out this same night, if you join me, if you can pledge allegiance to our cause, it will further all of our goals.
So how
I came dressed for dinner, not for a mission.
We can.
Is that going to be a problem?
We can outfit you. We've got mounts. We've got weapons. You'll get your weapons back.
And yet your cause and your mission are still somewhat cloudy to me, Lord Gumvar. It's almost like you seek to court us and wed us in the same evening.
Oh, nice turn of phrase.
Well, you'll understand that I don't want to reveal all just based upon a pleasant meal.
Well,
I need to understand.
To be fair, you don't buy a horse without riding it.
I need to understand your loyalties and are you truly committed to the cause? What is it?
So what cause are you asking us to be committed to?
What is your cause? Yeah.
You seek to strengthen the throne of Dale.
That is correct. There are a number of us that feel that both the kingdom of Erebor and the kingdom of Dale are somewhat lacking in leadership, and that the advisors that guide King Dane have advised him very poorly, and that they need to be replaced. I'm sure that if you were to join with us, that there will be a position for you in that cohort.
Are we replacing advisors or kings?
Oh, advisors for the dwarves, and perhaps kings for the people. We need to.
It sounds like a worthy cause.
Well, it does align with our interests greatly.
We've already noted the issues of things that have gone on within Dale in the last year that we've been here.
Yes.
Orcs in the broken stones and the like. That's not a sign of strong leadership.
So let me put it to you
We
clearly.
We need a strong and stable leadership. That's we agree, I think, with you on that one.
From a dwarven point of view, Dane's advisors have allowed an undermining of the dwarven heritage.
Was that a dwarf pun?
No, I had not thought of that, Cirque. I do apologise. And we need to, and we will, show our loyalty to our dwarven companions in this by striking hard and fast this very night at the heart of Erebor. And this will prove.
So you wouldn't.
This will prove our loyalty to the dwarven leadership, and also drive a rift between the king and his advisors.
Okay.
We will establish dwarven traditions once again.
Does that mean that you will take us somewhere without giving a specific target?
Well, let us just slow ourselves down there a little. I need to understand your loyalties, as I say. In doing so, the dwarves will immediately lash out against the kingdom, and it will be seen that the king has been weak, and then our leader, the main man himself, will be in a position. I cannot divulge this. I am sworn not to share that secret. But this very evening, we intend to ride and strike a blow to the very kingdom, the heart of Erebor, by dismantling the first forge. You recognise that's the main forge. That kind of is one of the pillars that smelts all the iron ores down and such like. We have a way in.
Dismantle, not destroy.
Dismantle. Strike a blow against.
And you seek to do this night, immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah, very little time, indeed.
So, I ask you, plainly, for all to see, are you with me, or are you not? And he bangs the door, and from the main entrance, a number of the armed guards come in. I apologise for the crudeness of my actions here, but clearly if you're not with me, there are 3 of you and 1 of me. Or at least there were.
You seek much from us, Lord Gumbar, within the space of one evening.
But
you ask us to trust you entirely, and yet you take our heritage heirloom weapons from us at your door.
True, and I'm sure that you would do the same if you were in my position, Torg. Now, are you prepared to join me in this venture? I think this aligns, as you have said, with your own goals.
It does. I feel that we can appreciate your timeline, I do feel maybe we need to discuss our options briefly.
Can
Go
I
ahead and do so.
Can Torg signal in English, mech, to circ the sign for bird?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Tweet, 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 tweet.
Get the bird, send it to the big B.
Yeah.
Well, I presumed you had the bird.
I've got the bird. Yeah, it's in my within my robes. But I don't have paper, and I don't have the means to write.
Do you not know how to write? Is that what you're actually telling me?
No, I don't, sir. I don't know how to write. But I'm guessing that you do.
Yep, I'd probably have paper and shit on me.
So I think Torg would like to try to buy the opportunity to allow Cirque to send a message back to Thrune, right?
So that opportunity is not going to be present here. There's no real way that you could kind of do that kind of thing. He's kind of like watching you. He's kind of like, you've been able to signal the bird message, and Cirque has been able to signal back going, not a problem. But that's about
in the here and now. In the here and now, no, probably not. But I think there's got to be a way en route to the mission.
Yeah, we're going to go talk them up shortly.
So here and now,
you can help me equip some new armor.
He says, "Are you willing to ride against the First Forge, dismantle it, strike a blow against the advisors of King Dane and the kingship of Dale? A yes or a no?" You will probably gain shadow points for the deception and for the commitment against your own people. So you can kind of offer a really convincing yes, we're there. And gain 3 shadow points, or you can offer a less convincing, more tentative yes, we're there, and gain 1 shadow point. But he's going to have more opportunity to see whether you're lying or not.
Can we?
I don't see that we've got a way out of this. I feel like we're strong-armed into it, really.
But surely we So from Cirque's standpoint. He's asked me if I'm willing to do what it takes to make the kingdom stronger. And I see it that to make the kingdom stronger requires me to go along with this until I can get a message out. So me saying yes isn't saying yes to dismantling the forge. It's saying yes to make the kingdom stronger by fucking you over at the first opportunity I get.
I think that, well, you're still going to have to be deceptive, aren't you? So you're going to have to, So you say, it's you're dissimulating there, aren't you? Really, you are dissimulating. So I think you could probably gain a benefit from it. So is there any traits or anything that you could apply there?
Determined.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably my only one. I'm determined to make sure that, yes, I want to make the kingdom stronger by not letting this come to pass. But I am determined that he's not going to know that until this point. So my affirmative yes is yes, I want to make the kingdom stronger. I haven't said how or why.
Yeah, okay. So I think there's a shadow point there for you because you are agreeing to kind of like to dismantle something of your heritage.
Not my heritage. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Torg and Loftar.
I can play. Go on, Joe.
Okay. So Torg is questioning whether Gumvar is really whether he really plans to do this.
Okay, make an insight roll.
Okay, so he could be bluffing, I guess, is the point. In order to see whether we. The dice are really not with me tonight. So I have 11, 12 with a Tengwa, so I think I'll spend a point of hope, and it's going to be actual, real hope, because we're out of fellowship.
He is absolutely committed to this process.
Okay.
Very much so.
Okay.
You can kind of
He's
see the
telling the truth,
gleam,
right.
the gleam of a passion and a zealot there. He's actually probably looking forward to it with a great success.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. In that case, knowing that, and knowing that Torg understands there's a greater goal at play, and he is not averse to a bit of theatre, he will go along with it. There is, although it is but a short time since the battle of the five armies, that it is time for change in Erebor.
Okay. So is that the 1 shadow point or the 3 shadow point commitment?
He's being half-hearted about it.
Yeah, okay, so the 1 shadow point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gunvar kind of like nods knowingly, blinded a little by the zealotry. And Loftar.
This is difficult. What you speak of, Lord Gunvar. However, I had all but a quick time to think about this, but I look back at the battles we have fought, the enemies we have destroyed, and now we are arrived in these times now in Dale in peacetime, but things are not working okay. And there is a division between dwarves, there's a division between men, and this clearly doesn't seem to be working. So also coming from Iron Hills, I see that things are not the way they used to be. The old ways seem to be a little bit forgotten, and even some of my kin are changing their ways, and for me just moving perhaps too far away from where we should have been. And it may be the case, like you say, that it was King Dane who had been led astray. So with that in mind, I make these decisions very quickly sometimes. I'll say, let's do it, let's make that change, let's make it happen.
So what are you saying, Loftar? I'm confused.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying yes, let's do it in this sort of way where you get me.
That felt like the one.
Quickly.
Yeah, that felt like the 1 shadow point. Yes, to me. Oh Jesus! The dice of your dice have contaminated him. Good.
So,
Good.
Is it? Did you say 3?
So 1 shadow point.
So he doesn't. So I wanted to sort of make it clear that I'm.
Are you taking the 3
not
shadow point version?
Well, yes, because
we're
playing
cool.
this
So take 3 shadow points.
I wanted to sort of persuade him that I'm one of those. Well, I'm not one of those, but I'm pretending to be similar to those dwarves from the Iron Hills, where they see the tradition being sort of taken away. And,
he claps you on the shoulder and said, "It's good to have you with us, Loftar. I knew my assessment was correct." A sword for Cirque.
Right.
Weapons back to them. The door warden kind of hands across. He says 17.
Can I have a shield and a helm as well, please?
Shield, a helm, mounts and cloaks. You're giving back diplomacy.
Got to take a step away from Loftar and eye him suspiciously.
So, could you help me adjust my my mail coat, please? It's not really aligned for this size.
You have it on back to front, Cirque.
And I think we will call the session there. It's ran a bit longer than the 30 to 40 minutes we got suggested.
Good session.
Good session. Enjoyable. Enjoyed that. To say we were all kind of like, I'm fucking knackered. It's been a long week. When do we reckon we can play it again?
Ooh, we're approaching.
Tomorrow.
I was thinking more the 4th of December.
Yeah, 4th is fine for me.
Yep. Weekends are flexible for me at the minute.
Yeah.
Wait, but what about all those Christmas parties? Oh, there won't be any.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
So play again on the 4th of December as a couple of weeks cycle. Okay, good stuff. So thank you for watching on stream or on YouTube. Really appreciate it. Please do leave feedback. We do enjoy. We read every comment, and really enjoying seeing the feedback. Seeing it wherever you want to comment on the YouTube video or on the various forum and Discord, etc., etc. And if you want to chat to us, just email us, mostly offtopic@gmail.com. I think some of us are active on various channels. I am Gwynbank pretty much everywhere that the internet exists. If I'm there, that's who I am. And that's about it. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Good night.
Cheers.
I've stopped streaming now.